What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Brian Mendoza versus Serhii Bohachuk, and this was a 12-rounder for the interim WBC Super Welterweight World Championship, and this fight was Saturday, March 30th, and it was broadcasted on PBC's YouTube channel on a live stream as the main event prelim to the Fundora and Tim Tszyu pay-per-view card. And let me just say it first. I mean, this was a very, very exciting fight. Serhii Bohachuk was able to finally get the biggest win of his career here, improving to 24-1, still with 23 knockouts. Mendoza drops to 22-4. And he really impressed me. Going into this fight, it was a pick'em. I eventually went with Brian Mendoza to win this fight by late knockout. But, I mean, Serhii Bohachuk looked excellent, and he won this fight by a very clear unanimous decision. I scored at 117-111 in his favor, agreeing with two of the judges who had it the same, and then the third judge had it 118-110, which I could see as well. But this was a very fun firefight while it lasted, and I really didn't expect Bohachuk to look this good, and he really did. So really throughout this entire fight, it was Bohachuk's relentless pressure, power, and he looked excellent. I mean, he was just breaking down Mendoza as the fight went on, was landing heavy power shots, and I thought at some points he was going to stop him. He was battering him throughout this fight, walking him down, throwing huge combinations. Bohachuk looked great. But then to talk about some of the work Mendoza had, he had a decent second round. When Mendoza was getting pressured, he fired back with a big counter that sort of buckled Bohachuk. Bohachuk was hurt a bit in that second round, and he was also hurt in round 11 after multiple rounds of beatings that Mendoza took. His face was swollen. He was getting beaten up by Bohachuk, almost stopped. He was actually able to hurt Bohachuk in that 11th round with a big uppercut, followed by some more shots. So it was a very, very interesting fight. And then in round number 12, this was a slugfest. Bohachuk didn't have to do it, but he did. He was just slugging with Mendoza, and I thought Mendoza slightly got the better of it, but it was a very close round. Could have went either way. That's why I could see it 118-110 as well. But yeah, just overall a very fun fight while it lasted. A very impressive performance by Serhii Bohachuk, dominating. I mean, on paper, he won like 10-2, 9-3. That is a dominating victory. And throughout this fight, he was walking down Brian Mendoza and looked very, very good. So this is a very good win here for Serhii Bohachuk. And this goes into question, what is next for him? He's now the interim world champ for the WBC. And this could really give him a lot of opportunities. He could face the winner of Fundora and Tim Tszyu, which has the vacant WBC world title on the line. He could face someone else who's highly ranked by the WBC or just in the super welterweight division. He has a lot of options. But as for Brian Mendoza here, losing his second straight fight, I believe so. His last fight was against Tim Tszyu, where he lost via decision. But now here, losing here, and a very tough loss to Serhii Bohachuk. So what could be next for Tim Tszyu? Honestly, or excuse me, not Tim Tszyu. What could be next for Brian Mendoza? It's hard to say. I think they should really send him back, get him a few kind of soft touches, maybe one fight where he could just get an early knockout, and then after that, maybe one or two fights where he's taking on decent level guys, get some wins, and puts himself back into a picture to fight for like an interim title, world title, like this, where he was going into the Tim Tszyu, and even this fight with Bohachuk. So overall, Serhii Bohachuk really surprises me and dictates the pace of the fight overall and defeats Brian Mendoza via unanimous decision to become the new interim WBC champ. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.